Jeffery James had a 22-year career in the Secret Service, retiring in 2018. He covered the Clinton, Bush, Obama, and Trump administrations and has firsthand experience protecting former President Trump. Jeff, thank you for joining us. I mean, with Trump's first speech tonight since the shooting, what's happening behind the scenes with the Secret Service?
Well, I will tell you, there was a little bit of criticism when the Secret Service came out and said they weren't going to change anything that was being done at the convention. And that statement came out after Saturday's attack. And a lot of people bristled at that, but I will tell you, these conventions, it's incredible what happens. When we're talking the outer perimeter of a convention, you're talking 6 blocks away. So even if a car bomb pulled up and detonated at an outer perimeter checkpoint, there's no way anybody in the venue is going to be hurt. And it takes on a very different feel because you are inside than what we saw Saturday in an exterior event. So I think you're going to see not just the Republican convention, but also the Democratic convention when it comes up. They're going to be a couple of the safest places in America when that happens.
A lot of insight there, Jeff. I mean, I want to go back now to Saturday in Pennsylvania. As someone who has protected Trump in the past, what are your thoughts on what happened? Well, to start, there's no way you cannot use the word failure.
In the Secret Service, we have said for decades it's a zero-fail mission. And even if the president was hit with a pie, we would consider that a failure, that someone under our protection was assaulted in any way. So for this to literally dodge a bullet and come very close to losing someone under protection, it's a big deal.
Do you have any understanding on why that roof was not secured?
So what I think may have happened is, we know that roof was a cause for concern during the week of the advance. That's already been stated. If the site agent, the Secret Service site agent who was in charge of the venue, grabbed one of their local partners as they did their walk around that morning and did their postings and said, "Hey, we're worried about this roof. This is your mission. Keep an eye on it. Make sure nobody gets up there. If anybody comes out of the building, send them through the mags. Tell them they can't stand over here and watch because that's outside the perimeter. Can't stand here and watch. Send them through the mags or tell them to go back in." If that happened, then it's the fault of that local law enforcement official who didn't complete their mission. But if they didn't get those clear, specific, codified instructions, then that's a failure on that site agent. And it all falls on the Secret Service, because I've heard some people say, well, no, this was a failure by local law enforcement because they're in charge of the outer perimeter. No, the whole ball of wax belongs to the Secret Service because they're working under our umbrella for that day. So it's going to be interesting, and you're going to find that out. They're going to look at post logs. They're going to look at because we put a post log with everyone's name. We put exactly what their instructions were, and we put maps in to say exactly where they should be. So you're going to find out if someone was supposed to be covering that roof or not, and we'll see which way the responsibility falls.
And we also know from the Secret Service that in the weeks leading up to this, there was an Iranian plot to kill Trump. Does that make what happened Saturday even more surprising to you?
No, I'm more surprised, to be honest with you, that this much attention was given to the Iranian plot, because we saw those constantly through my career. In fact, after our troops killed Uday and Qusay Hussein, the sons of Saddam Hussein, there was a $30 million bounty put out on each of President Bush's daughters, Barbara and Jenna. And as far as I know, there's still a bounty out by certain members of the Iraqi government on President Bush himself. So those kind of threats are nothing new. It concerns me more because if you are a government-backed entity who has more resources and more access to maybe manpower and weapons than this 20-year-old young man did the other day, you can create a coordinated attack. So it concerns me more. It just doesn't surprise me when I hear it.
Jeff, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.